What's good, Commanders fans? Just want to make a quick video. The Commanders signed running back Derrick Gore, so the Washington Chiefs trend or connection continues here. Running back played with the Chiefs in 2021. Looking at his numbers, he is about 5'10", 212 pounds. Went to Louisiana Monroe. Went to Alabama for 2 years and then transferred. Some people are saying that he transferred when Brian Robinson was there, when Brian Robinson started to get a bunch of carries. But in 11 games with the Chiefs in 2021, had 0 starts. He did have 2 touchdowns. He had 51 carries for 256 yards, and he also had 8 catches for 105 yards. So he had a touchdown against the Giants. So he had a couple good games, had a couple good preseason games. He's one of those small, shifty backs, because, we already have Jared Patterson. We already have John Williams. They just drafted Chris Rodriguez. You got, of course, B-Rob and Antonio Gibson. So I don't think he's going to make the roster. I think he'll be on the practice squad. He was on the Commanders practice squad back in 2019, but you look at some of his highlights, man. He has some really home run hitting plays. Like, he's a shifty guy that can make guys miss. He has a lot of yak ability as well. He can really make guys miss a lot. He's shifty as well, and he's really good in the screen game too. We know Eric Bieniemy is a guy that really wants to work on the screen game and get the screen game involved in offense. If you look at his highlights against the Vikings in a preseason game, he was named in the preseason. He was named the secret superstar of preseason week 3 against the Minnesota Vikings, where he had 26 rush yards, 80 receiving yards, and a 56-yard catch. And that was off of a screenplay. Like, he's so short and small, so he was kind of like hiding behind the offensive lineman and navigating through the traffic and just juking and making guys miss. And that's what definitely stood out to me. He also hit a home run against the Las Vegas Raiders. They were already up by like 30. It was like 41-9, but he ran for a 56-yard run. So he's a home run hitting guy. And he's got some pop and some speed to him and some explosiveness to his game for sure. So, but yeah, Andy Reid had this to say about him. He says, he also said that, he wears number 40. So he joked about him saying that he jokingly compared him to Gale Sayers. And he looked like Gale Sayers. And Andy Reid said that he was doing a beautiful job and they're making people miss. It was fun to watch in that preseason game against the Vikings. So you look at some of the numbers that he put up against the Giants. He had 11 carries for 48 yards and a 10-yard run for a touchdown. So that was he had a good game that game against the Raiders. He had 9 carries for 66 yards. He also had a game against the Pittsburgh Steelers where he had 3 catches for 61 yards and he had a 50-yard catch. Also had 12 carries for 43 yards against the Steelers and a 10-yard run. And they against the Denver Broncos in a win, 28-24. He had 7 carries for 30 yards as well. So he's got some experience. Like I said, went to Louisiana Monroe, and then went to Bama for 2 years, and then transferred. So he's an intriguing pickup, man. He's an intriguing pickup for sure. So do I think he's going to make the roster? Probably not. But I do think Eric Bieniemy certainly has a plan for him. He could possibly be on the practice squad. Kareem Hunt was a name that was thrown out there for sure. If they brought a Kareem Hunt definitely would make the roster, in my opinion. But Derrick Gore is a guy I think it's gonna be on the practice squad, and he's been on multiple practice squads and future reserve contracts. So, but I'm not mad at adding speed to the roster and a dynamic guy and a shifty guy that can make guys miss. But it's kind of like Jared Patterson can do similar things. Derrick Gore ran a 4.6 40-yard dash and had about a 34 vertical leap, which is pretty athletic. 34-inch vertical leap is pretty good. 23 bench press prep, so he's a strong guy. 4.6 40 is not great, but he definitely runs faster. And on Wikipedia, he's 5'8". And then you look at Pro Football Reference, they list him as 5'10". But he does look small. He does look really short too. But it's a guy to see in camp. It's a guy to see in camp, and I think he's gonna make some plays. James Pringle was already making plays. They brought in Andrew Wiley. Marcus Kemp has made a couple plays in training camp as well. So the Washington Chiefs connection is already started here. So in 2018 at UL Monroe, he had 662 rushing yards off of 131 carries, 5 yards per carry, which is pretty good. And then he had 21 catches for 80 yards. And then his junior year, 164 carries for 585 yards, 3 yards per carry. He had 6 touchdowns in both his seasons at UL Monroe. 13 receptions for 174 yards. So let's see what this young guy, Derrick Gore, can do. Let's see how old he is as well. Born in 1994. So he's probably like, what, 29? Yeah, he's about 29. Born in 1994, so he's about 29. So we'll see what he can do. If he makes the roster to practice squad, you guys let me know what you guys think about this move. It looks like we are not going to sign Kareem Hunt, which I didn't think there was a high chance of that happening anyway, because we already have really good backs in Gibby and Brian Robinson. And I think Eric Bieniemy wants to see what he can do with Chris Rodriguez. You know, you've seen what he's done with backs: Jerick McKinnon, Isaiah Pacheco, Jamal Charles, Kareem Hunt. So he's done a lot of good things with a lot of backs in the league, and he coached Adrian Peterson with the Vikings as well. So, all right, you guys, Healthy Commanders, peace.